Well, hello there, everyone. I've got a few more antique table fan videos that I need to fill in here. This was the other fan I mentioned at the end of the video of the 1940-ish 16-inch Emerson desk fan that I videoed a few weeks ago. I thought I had videoed it later that same night, but I guess I didn't, so here I am videoing it now. This is what I'm calling the Rustbucket for obvious reasons. It's an Emerson model. I have to look at the book I have over here again, because I don't remember offhand. 2650-B, as best I can tell. Here's the book right over here. It could also be this one, the 2260H. I'm not entirely certain. You can feel free to weigh in on that if you will. It's definitely one of those two. I'm just not entirely certain which one. This is yet another example of the amazing things that an Emerson table fan will stand up and laugh in the face of. This thing looks like it came off the Titanic, and as you would expect, in typical Emerson fashion, it works. Because why wouldn't it? This was something my mom and I found at an antique store in the middle of nowhere on a road trip that we were on in late June. It was only 20 bucks. I figured for 20 bucks it was worth the gamble. I figured that it would probably work, knowing my typical luck with Emersons and most people's typical luck with Emersons, but that even if it didn't, 20 bucks was not a whole lot of money to be out, and I figured if it didn't work, I could probably get it to run. And it turned out that all I needed to do was put a new cord on it. Somebody's rewired it in the past, but the cord had been spliced a couple times, and it was in bad shape, and so I went ahead and threw a new cord on it. The oscillator, well, you can see it needs a little bit of TLC here, but it's okay. This over here is also the Jed Clampett approved method of holding the grill together, because there's a broken spot weld here and another one over there, and I will at some point try to correct that, but I don't have the tools necessary to facilitate spot welds here, so for the time being I just did what I could keep it out of the way to make it run. So anyway, I'll go ahead and start it up. It's a 2-speed. Low speed is a little sluggish. I don't know if it's supposed to be this slow or not. I've doused it in oil, so I know the bearings aren't stiff, but it also really hasn't run in a long time. But you can hear it slowly picking up speed. But on that low speed, it's nice and quiet. And I can feel a definite breeze from it. Let it pick up to high here. And that seems about like what I would expect. That performs similarly to the 1936, or 37, I'm sorry, Sea Breeze with the same bass and the same small motor like that. It runs about the same, so I don't think it's really having too much trouble here. And I'll let it spin down. You can see I have thoroughly doused it. It looks like it could probably use a little more though. I'll go ahead and give you a 0 to high as well. I'm going to tell you what else we can do. We can go ahead and drop it to low and see what changes. See if it still loses that much speed. It looks like it's going to. I guess that's just what this does on low. It's a nice fan to run in a window on a very cool night, maybe a borderline winter night, you know, when you want to exhaust air from the house or something, but you don't want to make it too cold. Of course, that's really better for, you know, thermostatic box fans and whatever else, but I mean, this is slow enough that, you know, it'd be good. Okay, that's enough of that. But yeah, proof you can't kill an Emerson is if you need any more of that. So there you go. There's a Emerson 62, no wait, what did I say? 2650B or whatever the other model number is. I'll put them in the description, you'll know. One of those two. Alright, well, I have one more for sure up here to film right now, so I'll go ahead and do that, and you'll see that one coming up here in just a minute. That one's a lot cooler than this one, though.